Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the white pieces against an 1815 from Pakistan. E4, E5, we'll go for the Scotch, see what happens. Ooh, this is new. This is very new. Queen F6. I'm gobsmacked. I don't think I've seen this before. It's got a name. King's Pawn opening, King's Knight, McConnell defense. So it's a thing, apparently. What's it doing? I'm not sure. Why can't we just play D4 and just play a borderline regular Scotch? We'll do that. We will do that, I guess. I'm not going to do queen takes. This is getting stranger by the second. Takes, bishop c5, queen d6, queen takes, bishop takes. Bishop g5, well, I'll take it. Yeah. We'll go bishop g5. Queen d6 is the only move that stops mate. And we'll do even a knight c3 works. Knight c3, queen takes, rook takes. We've got a nice position. They've developed one entire piece. We've developed almost everything. And as we all know, development is key. Is very much key to this game. So, yeah, this is wild, wild stuff. They've gone f6, which is even more lacking in development, which I'm happy with. We could throw in a knight b5. We could throw in a knight d5. Either one's pretty avoidable. You go knight b5, knight a6 covers the fork. You go knight d5, bishop d6 covers the fork. So maybe we just drop the bishop back to e3. I think is probably the right thing to do. They've gone for a c6. So this is actually looking more and more like some sort of English rat. Realistically, it's looking more like some sort of rat. Which is fine. You know, we know the rat. We know the rat quite well. And we know what we personally don't like playing against the rat. So we've not long castled, which is good. The king can't get to c7, which is good. Let's continue our development. We're blocking off the king completely. And yeah, they're just going to be stuck here for what seems like eternity, really. I want to get this knight out somehow. We'll castle though. Potentially start some sort of kingside attack. I would very much like you to trade off that bishop for my knight. I'm very much a fan of bishop pairs. We could just double up the rooks, I guess. Is a good strategy. Just double up the rooks. I'm not sure what their plan is. They're just looking to trade off, I think. So we'll go rook d1 then. Looking for a bishop e3 if rook d8 would be exceptionally nice. They don't go for it, which is fine by us. We can still go bishop e6. Very much still go bishop e6. Very nice. We're threatening bishop takes b6 with a rook d7 idea. Rook takes. Get the piggies on the 7th. Oink, oink. Piggies on the 7th is one of my favourite concepts in chess. They've got knight g6. So this is basically the only way they were ever going to get this knight developed. Which is fine. And we need to start thinking more long term here, I think. We need to start thinking more long term. They're not castling. I think probably a rook d7 is the way to go. Threatening potentially even a bishop f6 is just mate. So that's the immediate. We'll go for that. We'll go for the immediate. I'm not sure how they plan on stopping this. like a bishop e7 would work, but when we get the pawn, then we get the piggies on the 7th. This knight's covering a2. I'm so happy here. This is a dream position, really. Very, very happy. Yeah, bishop e7. We just take the pawn. They still can't castle. They still can't castle. We can even throw in a bishop d7. Pick up this pawn as well. I'm ecstatic, I think is the word. We've got a bishop d5 here with check. Get the knight on an outpost. Win this other pawn as well. I mean, we can just take that pawn straight away. Oh, options, options, options. Or potentially just go rook d7. Could be even nicer. Rook d7 straight away. Rook he8. Yeah. So if they take, then we take. Then take. Then get the other rook in, take. And it's super nice, no? There, takes, take, there, there, there. There. I think we can do better. Let's go bishop a4. It's not the move I wanted to play, but I think it's the right move. What? They've sacked the exchange. For what reason? For what reason? Okay, I'll just go king f1. You're looking for this fork, I guess, but I can throw in the check. Get the piggies on the 7th. Oink, oink. Oink, oink, indeed. This is very nasty. We've got bishop f7 check. I'm so happy. We pick up this if we need. They let us have the check. They let us have the check. We can go ahead and pick this one up. And you can't defend both of these. You can't defend... Oh, no, you can't defend this one at all. Okay, so king there. We could even throw in a h4. Would be fun. h4, h5, take this. Yeah, that's what I wanted because now check. King goes there. Oh. There's got to be something here, right? Aha. Bishop e6 is the move. Going for bishop f5, which is devastating. Absolutely devastating for black. And I mean, it's an interesting game. You know, this strategy of trying to lock things up can work, but you need the development. You can't play without the development. And we saw how powerful our development was just by the fact they've moved their queen so many times right out the bat. So yeah, just bishop there, rook f6 is mate. Rook takes f6. They could block, I guess. This is almost pre-movable. I'm not going to pre-move because that's a one-way ticket to messing this up. But yeah, in fact, it is pre-movable. We're still not going to do it. We're still not going to do it. But we're happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Yeah. Whew. Good game. Good game. Good game. Let's see this analysis. I'm sure we've done some things wrong. 91.0. Very, very nice. Versus 74.4. 2350 versus 1850. Let's have a quick look at this. Absolutely wild opening. Plus 1.0 straight out the bat. Queen f6. Wow. D4. Not the best move, but equally good move. Apparently you're not meant to take. So this position with d6 is 1.6 plus 1.6. Goes down to 0.6. So you're down 1 point of eval, I guess. Bishop g5 is an okay idea. And knight c3 is a good move. I like it because, you want them to take, so you're developed. And you're threatening like a knight b5. So it's just nice. Again, trading queens isn't going to be good for them. This is plus 0.8. Apparently knight b5 is the right idea. I'm guessing then knight a6 is the follow-up. Oh, bishop b4 you can throw in, apparently. Bishop b4. No, but then... Oh, c3, bishop a5 covers the fork quite nicely. And you can continue, but you can't get rid of it. At which point it's time to move your bishop back to e3. And you can't take this as well because then you get forked. Very, very nice. I like it. Knight a6 is the way to go now. So you're going to have to play knight a6 eventually. Why not play it straight away? I'm not sure. But that's why. F6. We just moved the bishop back, which is okay. Bishop c4, just developing. Castles. And rook d2 is the right idea as well. And then they take, which I don't like for them at all. This bishop's doing such a good job of controlling A, this light squared bishop, and B, the d7, which is my infiltration square as well. They let us double up, and this goes from here plus 1.2 to plus 3.4. So that's a devastating mistake there. Let us double up. Apparently you take first, which I thought, but bishop e6 doesn't really change much either. Let the rooks in. Just start gobbling things up. Apparently rook d7, rook 1d7 I should say is the way to go. Same sort of thing. And then apparently you can do bishop d5. I didn't like bishop d5. Not only can the knight take, leaving this c-pawn unguarded, but you're also blocking in your d-rook from entering onto d7 as well. So I went bishop a4. They sat the exchange, which is honestly like... It's weird, but it's not like horrible. They were hoping for this fork, but unfortunately, and it's an interesting fork because I can't go to d4 as well. I would have to go to d7 and threaten this bishop first, which still is fine for us. But we can throw in this check and then go d7, and then h5 is just mating, basically. H4 looking for, say they do something like this. Well, firstly, this is horrible because we can now take the h pawn. Let's say they do something else. We can go ahead with h5, which apparently is still an inaccuracy, but you're looking at like a takes or something. You've got infiltration now, so it's a lot easier. We go the long way around, but it ends in mate, so I'll very much take that. Let's have a quick look at this opening, because I'm sure like there is a proper way to play it. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look at a win for black, actually, because it seems nicer for white. We'll have a look at why the black side actually want to play it. So, rather than play d4, they play it like more of an Italian. Normal sort of e5, I guess. With just the queen on f6. No bishop g5 because they played h6. So I can get the allure of this, like... Your queen's on a nice spot. Your knight's gonna come around eventually, so it's not too bad. Is there anything else? This is a lot of wins for white. Yeah, this is a lot of wins for white. I can see why as well. Let's have a look at what we actually played with d4. See if d4 has any master games. We have one. It's a win for white. E takes, queen takes, yeah. So they went with queen takes rather than knight takes. Now the computer is saying c3 and you gambit. Wow, almost like a Scotch gambit, I guess. I guess you get a few crucial tempos on the queen in that case as well. That's very cool. Next best is e5, apparently kicking the queen that way. which seems wild. Bishop b5. Okay. A3, a5. Bishop d3 apparently is a move. Knight takes. What do we feel about that? Inaccuracy. Still fine for white, though. No. Bit more even. Knight c6. I guess this transposes into a regular Scotch. So maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe that's what they wanted. But then again, why didn't they just go for it rather than playing d6? Rather than playing d6. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, quite interesting. A little treat. A little nice little treat. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you all for watching. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all for Puzzle Rush Sunday tomorrow. Bye-bye.